with full surrender to the sands of fate. If you stay in the in-between a bit longer, you may unearth just a bit more inner treasures to bring out to the new opening of light, just between the intersection of the hourglass of your new destined path. If you are finding yourself in the sense of being in the eye of a storm, I invite you to envision yourself at the eye of this storm as a new developed self. And through this storm surrounding you is actually a solar system, a new networking of lights. And through these lights, this new solar system, these orbs, are the formation of new connections, pathways, opportunities, and expansion that support the new development of who you truly are. And through this destined space and time, we may be feeling a push forward during the middle to the end way of this month. The eye of the storm is truly just a midpoint for better understanding of self. And through this cultivation point, there's certain pathways I'm being shown as very narrow pathways. It's like at the brink of time, we could just miss it. And by all means, things that are destined and fated for us will not miss us. But the guides are speaking on at this time about fated window points in time. As co-creators, we have the ability to co-create as we go. But there are certain energetic points in time where there are gateways and doorways and windows in time, in linear time, that is. As multidimensional time expands across all time and space, always accessible, we're learning how to balance both of those spheres and seeing this overlap like a Venn diagram. There are certain opportunities or pathways that are destined or fated around this time to lift a bit differently than if they took place at another time in our timelines or in our journeys. I'm being guided to share that the energetic spaces in between your healing process at this time are the gift for your new life. They are the keys for your new beginnings. And it is through those spaces in time where if you can surrender to these spaces a bit more until you receive the go. Because the momentum will come. And it may come in a way that you may not see yet. And through this surrender, I'm being guided to share a reframe of surrender in that surrender is actually in form also an energetic action. This energetic action is co-creation with the divine, with spirit, and the universe. There are times where we may view surrender as giving up, forfeiting, giving away our power. But in energetic space I am receiving, it is more so a co-creation, a partnership that we develop. Because We are co-creating with Spirit, with the divine and the universe by saying, I trust you. And through that trust, that is an energetic partnership. So I invite you to develop your energetic partnership with Spirit, your guides, universe, the divine, a bit more deeply, and invite in your higher self in this development. Through the void space is always a creation space. And through partnership, there's always a developmental space that has potential for birth, for creation. So I invite you to think about this time and space like an energetic doorway. And although maybe the first half of the month you may feel as if you may be honoring more of this void space, there is a creation happening in that space. It is through your partnership with the universe, source, the divine, your higher self, that creation then can come forth as a new window in time. And this new doorway, this new pathway will feel developed to the degree in which you have taken this time to develop more of your new self. And we are always acquiring new developments of self, our understanding of our true self, as we move through many layers in our journey. March was a month for the emergence of this initial stage of self, and April is moving through as the month where that solar system forms. Now, I am not saying that we are the center of the universe, but what I am being guided to relay is that through that diagram, you could see that we are in partnership with everything. We are sovereign in partnership with everything in our lives. And that is also a goal in integration with this Aries energies. And this can bring up that Aries shadow. I'm sensing potentially in the collective this Aries shadow may bring up sacral and root chakra imbalances or blockages. The invitation is to tune into these chakras and ask yourself, how can I cultivate more of my inner fire in a balanced way? There may be some lower energies of impatience, anger, irritability from self or from others. It feels as if many of this links in with the solar eclipse energies and reclaiming our power. And reclaiming our power, I'm sensing around this eclipse, has much to do with ourselves. And of course, this can also include others, but what I'm being guided to share is the key guidance with this solar eclipse. If you find yourself fixating on certain themes that are coming up for you from others, how can you bring it back to yourself? And this is not about a right or wrong scenario. This is just more about that self-focus, because Aries brings it back to self and I am. And one of the leading keys I'm receiving for energetics with this eclipse is about forgiveness, karma, and release. And through this polarity, where can you find grace in a common denominator? Finding the common ground in a scenario allows for a neutralization where you can return your power back to self. I'm sensing that this is an important time for this because redirecting our focus back to self, to our paths, our journeys, our mission, our purpose, why we're here, requires us to bring our focus back from any spaces in time so that we can channel that energy more potently into the avenues in which we are being guided to really step into that destiny, that purpose, and where we're headed. There is a lot of fear around this specific eclipse, with it being a total solar eclipse. And the guidance for that I'm receiving is, where can you witness your own shadow at this time? And finding safety within any of your wounds, any of your shadows. Because this extra space will really help to form you more in this individual timeline, which then will connect you to all of these new connections in relation to who you are and your truth. So to sum this up, our main points of focus and themes for this month that I am receiving are surrender, co-creation and partnership to the divine, source, universe, however you identify, self-liberation, forgiveness, and cultivating your inner fire for forward momentum once you get that intuitive nudging that this new pathway is opening you to this new path in relation to your destiny, your fate, your purpose, and the next level of yourself that you have been uncovering over these last few months, or even these last few years. There is this honoring of multiple timelines for many of us, and it is a great honor to walk with you in this journey through our connection in the collective. Thank you so much for tuning in to receive with me. If this video was helpful for you, please leave a like on this video as a way to let me know that it has resonated for you. And if aligns, I would love if you subscribed so that we can rejoin here again next time. And as always, I love to hear your shares below in the comments for any resonation and anything that you are also receiving. And until next time, much love.